We, the Brits, have an untouchable track record when it comes to international punch-ups. Why? We haven't lost a war in over 1,000 years. We're currently undefeated World War champions of the world. Which begs the question, why do the Brits win every war? Do they?
We're launching a debate to find out if us Brits are as good at war as we think we are. In each episode, I'm being joined by a proud patriot from a country that was once our enemy to separate the fact from the fiction of our famous fights.
Volonté!
This way, please. Trooper, where's my tank?
Ta-ta! Here we come, the Romans in Britain.
Was it our superior weapons?
Yakita.
Yeah!
Our superior temperament?
I mean, do I have to do everything here? Do I have to do everything?
Or superior allies? Was it good old British pluck? Or a bit of luck?
It's like the end of Dad's army.
It's time to find out.
I am ready for the games to begin.
Oh, crikey!
Why do the Brits win every war?
In this episode, it's time to talk about our oldest and sweetest enemy of all, our greatest sparring partner, France. But you know what? There's so many wars to choose from, times we've beaten them. It's really hard to know which one to pick. But I think we're at our best when we're up against an evil genius. That's right, Boney. Rifles! It's time for Napoleon.
Now, we all know the big thing about the little corporal was his love of a good fight. He kicked off the Napoleonic Wars in 1803, leading France into battle with the rest of Europe, invading, conquering and controlling as much of it as he could get his hands on. Which is why over 100 battles raged for 12 years between 20 different countries, resulting in up to 7 million losing their lives. But was Britain's triumph in this iconic war really down to us? Or has it been widely exaggerated by our history books?
Forwards to victory!
Was the Battle of Trafalgar a stroke of maritime genius or audacious luck? Did Wellington really outwit Napoleon, or was it just an own goal by the French?
Oh, crikey!
Were our troops the cream of Europe, or did the French dance circles round us?
I've set up my campaign tent here at Fort Amherst in Chatham. Present arms! In Kent. Now, this is a Napoleonic era fort designed to protect against French invasion. All the military greats of that era came through here. Nelson, Wellington, the whole lot. But now the French invasion has begun because we are joined by French superstar, Monsieur Fred Sirieix. Let's see if he's as sharp as my sword. Shoulder, arms! I'm a bit too into this.
Better to help me uncover the truth by giving a French perspective on our very British history than this fiery little Frenchman.
Look at this place. This is the real deal. Now, I'm sure that Al is going to try to intimidate me, but I have the spirit of the Republic with me. Liberté, égalité, fraternité. And I will go on till the bitter end. Vive l'empereur!
Rifle! Skirmish line!
Oh, it's getting airy here. Roll on l'entente cordiale. Qu'est-ce qui se passe?
Ah, welcome, Fred.
It seems I did not get the memo, actually.
Yeah, you didn't hear about the dress code, did you?
No.
Now, I mean, you must, as a Frenchman,
Yes.
you must have an opinion about Napoleon, about the Corsican corporal. What do you think of Napoleon?
For me, he's 51% bad.
51% bad.
Probably more.
Probably more.
But I think that is just to explain it on balance.
Okay.
I just can't agree with what he did and what he stood for.
Okay, well, we're off to a good start here because, you know, this show is about the English and why we beat the French, amongst other nations. So for you to say he's bad in the first place, that's a good start. I'm happy with that. I mean, you're trying to butter me up here, obviously.
I'm not trying to butter you up. I'm about facts and truth.
Okay.
That's what I'm about.
Okay, well, we're about facts and truth and also England winning every single time without fail. Do you like my get-up, by the way?
I was just looking at your pom-pom, actually. I'm not sure.
Really?
Yeah.
Either you got it or you haven't, Fred.
Well, you don't.
Should we get started?
All right, let's go.
Come on, we're going this way.
Okay.
Vive l'Empereur! Oh, wrong crowd. Sorry, lads.
Yeah, I know I said English, but obviously I meant British, so put your pens down, home nations.
The Battle of Trafalgar, the most decisive and glorious naval victory that has ever been won. Our great British fleets, led by one of the greatest naval commanders Britain has ever produced, Admiral Lord Nelson, literally, single-handedly took on the might of French and Spanish warships. We were outgunned, outmanned, but never outclassed. Rule Britannia. Britannia rules the waves. Terms and conditions currently apply.
In 1805, Napoleon planned a cross-channel invasion of Britain. So, Nelson stopped banging Lady Hamilton and started banging his cannons instead. He attacked Napoleon's Franco-Spanish fleet off the Cape of Trafalgar in one of our greatest victories ever. But was there more to this great battle than meets the eye? It's been suggested by some, and whisper this, that Nelson's famous win was more reckless than brilliant. Surely not. Only one way to settle this.
Right, El, you look the part.
Thank you very much. Beautiful day, isn't it?
Fantastic.
Yeah, I mean, I've got two arms, but otherwise I am Nelson.
OK, so what have you got in store for us today?
Well, what I thought we'd do under strictly experimental scientific conditions is recreate the Battle of Trafalgar.
As it happened?
As it happened, on the water, with boats, at this beautiful lake here in Southsea.
Well, let me tell you something.
Yeah?
I'm ready.
You're ready, good. Any good with a pedalo?
What do you mean, pedalo?
You know, a pedalo. You pedal.
Not the balmy waters of the Mediterranean, but it'll do for this experiment. Fred's helping me put Nelson's audacious battle tactic to the test.
England expects that each man should do his duty.
C'est la guerre. Vive la France! Vive la liberté!
I've only got 5 swans and some shabby sailors from a local cafe, but the principle's just the same. A fearless attack by a British fleet, ordered to sail forth on a kamikaze mission. Swans on the left, in 2 squadrons, are Brits. Ducks on the right are French.
There was a very light breeze on the day. They drifted in like this. Just imagine the tension.
Nelson's preparation of his men was critical to success. While the French sailed in a traditional line, Nelson's fleet of 27 sailed headlong into them amidst a barrage of fire. Without protection, bullets ripped through sails, timbers, and men until finally they broke the French line, turning their guns on the enemy.
The honour of His Majesty's Navy! Forwards! To victory! A squadron advance! B squadron advance! Break their line! Hold steady, though they fire, hold steady!
Vive la
Keep your powder dry! We're aiming for the Admiral's ship!
Feu à volonté! Feu à volonté!
Ooh! Close! Right, take it right slow, right down!
Oh! I got shot!
Just like our pedalos proved, Nelson's tactic breaks the line, but it takes him right into the eye of the storm.
You bastard! I lost!
It looks a lot like it.
Was this not the act of a madman, given the risks he took? And he was killed in the process.
Oh no!
You're dead!
I am shot through!
I killed Nelson, and yet I have lost.
Kiss me, Hardy!
I can't believe I lost. I mean, what is Napoleon going to say? Had victory in the palm of my hand.
Well, you know, the unbearable tension as we approach the French line, having to stay in formation, stick to our course for king and country. Yet, as you can see, even in this rudimentary nautical format, victory was ours. It was a beautiful moment.
Luckily for Fred and I, HMS Victory survived the war.
Wow, look at that, Fred, look at it.
It's missing 2 masts, though.
Well, yeah, the French Navy's been at it, but look at it.
Built from 5,500 oak trees, she has 4 floors of gun decks that fired up to 32-pound cannonballs. I can't believe this incredible 104-gun warship was sailed headlong into the enemy. I'm hoping Nick Ball at Portsmouth Docks can explain if Nelson was really a genius or a madman.
What we've got here is a plan of the Battle of Trafalgar.
Yeah.
Nick, we know this is a famous victory for the Royal Navy and for Nelson, but he's killed. I mean, is this not just, like, reckless and crazy?
No, I don't think it was. I think cutting the line was a pretty standard tactic in this period. The thing that Nelson did differently, though, he put his ship at the front of the line. Normally, admirals in command, they'd be in the middle or towards the rear of the line so they could see what was going on, but Nelson went headlong into battle at the front.
It's something that he just did suddenly for Trafalgar, or was he always behaving in that way?
I think he was always leading from the front, and I think that's how he inspired his men.
And is that also because Victory has just incredible firepower, so if he can get into the line, he can do the most damage?
Yeah, as soon as Victory cut the line, they could unleash complete devastation because they're firing into the stern, into the rear of the ship there, and also they could fire on both sides.
Right.
Full broadsides, pretty defenceless ships.
What I love about this, though, is the wind's blowing this way, isn't it?
Yeah.
So they're running down with the wind behind them. So the French and Spanish are sailing this way because you can't sail into the wind, can you? You have to literally tack round it, don't you?
Yeah, with these big square-rigged ships, you can't sail very close to the wind. Meanwhile, Nelson in this line and Admiral Collingwood in this line, they engage in this pell-mell action, which is causing chaos amongst the French and Spanish.
Wow.
I mean, this is where you see the genius of this plan, you know, and for me, I can see that Nelson had the plan. He was meticulous, he paid attention to detail, and it's a coordinated attack.
Yeah.
I mean, the French deserved to lose, didn't they?
Yeah, I think I've got to say yes, Fred.
I mean, chapeau.
Well, Trafalgar is a purely iconic battle, and the dash and vigour of Nelson's attack and the risks he takes, including his own life, mean you're drawn to it, you can't ignore it. But actually, its long-term effect is much harder to judge, because after all, Napoleon's back on track within a couple of years and not bothering with trying to tackle the English on the ocean. He's getting stuck into Europe anyway. So, that's settled. Clearly, Nelson smashed it. But there's far more of the Napoleonic Wars to delve into as I separate fact from fiction.